How did your command team's personal drama become everyone's problem? Our company commander and first sergeant hated each other. Captain Leonard Vance and first sergeant Nolan Webb should have been a team, but instead they were like two divorced parents fighting over custody. It started small. Vance wanted morning formation at 0630. Webb thought 0700 made more sense. They'd argue about it every single week, changing the time back and forth. We never knew what time to show up. Half the company would arrive at the wrong formation, get yelled at, then the schedule would change again next week. Then it got worse. Vance approved leave requests, Webb would cancel them. Webb would schedule training, Vance would move it without telling anyone. They communicated through us instead of talking to each other. Tell the first sergeant the vehicle inspection is Tuesday, Vance would say. 10 minutes later, Webb would corner you. Tell the captain I already scheduled vehicle maintenance for Wednesday. We became their messenger service. Every conversation started with the captain says, or first sergeant wants. Nobody could get straight answers about anything. The breaking point came during our field training exercise. 3 days in the woods, tactical scenarios, the whole deal. Should have been straightforward. Vance planned the entire exercise, made a detailed schedule, assigned positions, coordinated with the other companies, spent 2 weeks on it. Night before we leave, Webb calls his own meeting, says he's completely redesigning the exercise. New plan, new assignments, new everything. First sergeant, the captain already planned this, someone pointed out. Webb's face got red. I'm the senior enlisted. I know what training these soldiers need better than some officer who's been here 6 months. So now we had two completely different plans. Vance didn't know Webb changed everything. Webb wasn't telling him. We loaded up the trucks at 0400. Half of us followed Vance's plan, half followed Webb's. Complete chaos from the start. Vance set up command post at grid coordinates he'd planned. Webb set up a different command post 2 miles away. Neither knew the other had done this. Platoon leaders were getting contradictory orders over the radio. Move to checkpoint Alpha from Vance. 5 minutes later, disregard, move to checkpoint Bravo from Webb. By noon, nobody knew where they were supposed to be. 2 platoons ended up at the same location because of mixed signals. Another platoon was completely lost because they'd received orders meant for someone else. The scenario was supposed to be a simulated enemy attack, except half of us were defending the wrong position and the other half were attacking each other by mistake. Lieutenant Curtis Brennan, one of our platoon leaders, finally had enough. Got on the radio and said, "Both command posts, this is Brennan. We need to talk now." Dead silence. Then Vance, "Who authorized you to use that tone, Lieutenant?" Brennan didn't back down. "Sir, with respect, this exercise is a complete disaster. Half the company doesn't know who's in charge. We need unified command or we need to pack it up and go home." Webb came on the radio. "Lieutenant, you're out of line." "Maybe so, First Sergeant, but I've got 30 soldiers sitting in the mud with no clear mission because you and the captain can't agree on a plan." Another voice joined the radio net. "Battalion commander." He'd been monitoring our frequency. "All stations, this is Colonel Raymond Howell. Vance, Webb, both of you to my location immediately." We sat in the woods for 2 hours while they met with the colonel. Nobody said much. We all knew careers were ending. When they came back, Vance looked pale. Webb looked furious, but they stood together and addressed the whole company. "There's been a failure in leadership," Vance started. "First Sergeant Webb and I allowed personal disagreements to affect unit operations. That's unacceptable." Webb continued, his jaw tight. "We're scrubbing the exercise, heading back to base. This is on us, not you." The ride back was silent. We expected both of them to get fired. Instead, the colonel made them roommates. Actually moved them into the same office. Shared desk, shared computer, shared everything. "You two will learn to work together or you'll both be looking for new jobs," he told them. For a month, they sat 5 feet apart, forced to coordinate every single decision. Had to eat lunch together, had to plan together, couldn't avoid each other. It was awkward at first. We'd walk past their office and hear tense silence. But slowly something changed. They started talking. Actually talking, not just giving orders through other people. Found out Webb's wife had just left him. Found out Vance was dealing with his dad's cancer diagnosis. Turns out they were both stressed, both taking it out on each other, both too proud to admit they needed help. 2 months later, they were actually functioning as a team. Morning formation stayed at 0645, a compromise. Leave request got approved efficiently. Training schedules made sense. The next field exercise went flawlessly. They ran it together from a single command post, finishing each other's sentences. At the company dining in that year, Webb stood up during the toasts. "I want to thank Captain Vance for being the worst roommate and best commander I've ever worked with." Vance raised his glass. "And I want to thank First Sergeant Webb for teaching me that being right doesn't matter if nobody's following you." They both got promoted within a year. Vance made major. Webb made sergeant major. Last I heard, they still grab coffee together when they're at the same base. And Brennan, the lieutenant who called them out, he got a coin from the battalion commander for having the guts to speak up when nobody else would.